I am Hannah, and I was born in India. I moved to the United States when I was a kid. I feel that sometimes it's offensive when there is a language barrier and people don't understand you very well, and there are different ways a word can be said. For example, here we say vitamins, but in different parts of the world it's vitamins, or even a different way to say it. So I think people are not respectful to a language barrier here, according to my experience, and I think it's very offensive. Not necessarily gestures, but it is seen that if you go up to a woman and just you cannot just shake her hand or hug her, even if you know her really well, at least in public. Those gestures are meant to be private, so it's offensive if you don't know that and you just go up to a lady and just hug her or be straightforward with her. It is appropriate to know how to greet somebody. We like the culture really appreciates that. Like we say namaste, but it's just not like a hi or hello. Like they usually have a gesture for it. So if you know that you do that, then it speaks a lot to the business person and anybody in the culture. India is a country that is very developing in today's world, and the role of a woman is not where it should be, but it's definitely going there. And it's always that barrier between a man and a woman. Most of the women in India you'll find are housewives because they're not supported enough or like are not encouraged enough for their education. So I think there's still some work need to be done in the gender roles in a business world and as a culture itself.
Do not take your shoes off before you walk into somebody's home. In Sweden, that's not acceptable. Here it is. In Sweden, you do not open a door or let a woman walk out of an elevator first or let her into the elevator first or hold a door open for her for a car or anything. That's completely unacceptable because women are equal in Sweden. In Sweden, girls and women can be topless on the beach or by the swimming pool, any place, and no one bats an eye, literally, on that. Other than that, it's pretty similar.
I think the biggest one is the Thanksgiving dinner. I feel like it's very important that you have the turkey, the cranberry sauce, the cornbread, all to remember that the pilgrims were eating with the natives. Whereas in Colombian culture, that's not really prevalent or it's not very relevant. And so for us, at least in my culture, it's just kind of something that we don't even celebrate if at all. Progressive, very opportunistic. It's very, it's free opportunities for everyone. Although that's not the case for America. Sometimes it's way more progressive than it is in Colombia. Um, that's not to say everyone in Colombia follows and adheres to that male-female role where the male is the head of the household and the female is a stay-home mom. It's just that's mostly the culture that kind of dominates within the Colombian culture. The biggest one that shouts out to me is like the greeting. The way we greet in Colombia is, we smile and we kiss on the cheek. And so the biggest thing is that in American culture, you don't have that sort of intimate greeting. It's more of just like a shaking hands, which is fine. It's just in Colombian culture, that's what's considered like friendly and intimate, and you do it with your friends, your close friends, family. And yeah, and I think those are my